Night at Bhangarh Fort. My friend Vikram and I had heard a lot of horror stories of Bhangarh Fort. And according to people, Bhangarh is one of the most haunted places in the world. It is illegal to go inside the fort after the sun has set. It is said that Princess Ratnavati lived in this fort, and her beauty was talked about far and wide. A tantric named Senhai used to live near the fort that was enchanted by the princess's beauty and wanted to have her at any cost. One day, the princess went out to the market along with her friends to buy perfume. The tantric saw this and mixed a certain substance in the perfume with black magic that would cast the princess under his spell. One of the townspeople got to know about the tantric's evil plan, and he informed the princess. After getting to know this, the princess threw the bottle of perfume outside the window, and it fell and broke on a huge piece of rock. Because of the power of black magic, that rock was attracted towards the tantric, and it crushed him beneath. At the moment of his last breath, the tantric cast a curse on the entire Bhangarh. Bhangarh will never see happy days, and whoever will reside in this fort will die. After a few days from this incident, the Mughal warriors entered Bhangarh and captured the fort. The war led to a massive death of 10,000 people, which included a lot of women and children. They killed Princess Ratnavati in her own room. If we are to believe the stories, even today the souls of those dead people wander around the fort, and whoever visited the place after sunset never returned. We thought of visiting Bhangarh Fort and find out for ourselves if it actually is such a scary place, or it's just a baseless story. Around 8 o'clock in the evening, we entered the fort by bribing the guard, as it was illegal to enter after sunset. The moment we entered, it seemed as if the airflow in there had stopped, as we felt suffocated. We took a round of the fort, but we didn't find any such supernatural forces in play. I had to make an important phone call, so I went to the other side of the fort to find better network coverage. The moment I dialed, I heard a loud scream of a woman, and I rushed towards Vikram. But he was nowhere to be found. I called out his name a lot of times. Vikram! Vikram! But nobody responded. Suddenly, I heard a loud thumping sound in the room upstairs, and I headed towards the room. When I was walking up the stairs, I heard the tinkling sounds of anklets, and I felt that a girl ran past me from behind. Now I was shit scared. I once again shouted, "Vikram! Vikram!" I was searching each and every room of the fort. That is when I saw Vikram standing in front of a window in one of the rooms, and I took a sigh of relief. "Where have you been, Vikram? Let's leave immediately. We shouldn't have come here. Let's go, right now." Vikram didn't respond. As soon as I held his hand, I heard Vikram's voice coming from the door behind. When I saw that Vikram had just entered the door behind, and I was holding on to someone else's hand, my blood ran cold. The moment I left his hand, that person turned. After seeing him, I started shivering and fell on the floor. It was as if I saw a ghost. Vikram picked me up, and the both of us ran for our lives out of that fort. I told Vikram all that had happened with me in the fort, and Vikram told me that even he saw a ghost of a woman wearing a red sari. We survived and safely returned to our home. But since that day, we never dared to ignore any stories about Bhangarh Fort, and never advised anyone to visit that place. If you liked our story, then subscribe to our channel and listen to more such horror stories every week.